60 years of independence, independent thought, a gala event. And right on the heels of that, we have one of the biggest mutiny taking place. And it's done and carried live on TV, at least Liz Williams' channel. It's carried live. One of the most, I would say, ridiculous mutiny that is taking place. And I ask myself, why is this? Why are you trying to take over something you have? Why are you trying to make something ugly that is pretty? Why are you trying to create panic and hysteria in the public domain? What does it allow you to have that you now do not have? As you know, from day one, I would have moved the motion to the trial against Augustine to be Chief Secretary. I would have in 2019, I'm the one who would rise him to run as Chief Secretary. And even in 2020, when he attempted to bring a motion in an executive meeting asking that I do not run at all in the upcoming January 2021 elections, and he lost the vote. I said to him, I said, my friend, don't be afraid. You and me have to run, and you will be Chief Secretary. Even 2 weeks before the 2021 elections, I called him to a meeting and I said, what's your plan? He had no plan. I said, you have money? Only 100,000. I said, that can't win elections. I said, where's the billboard, where's the trucks? I said, you have none. I said, okay, use my name. We will have to get it done. I said to him, I said, I will be the one who could stand up and promote you. As you know, I went out and I said, he's better than myself, he's a man I will follow. I mean, that's a normal thing. So I can't understand for the life of me how they're operating as if they have won something. Everything is theirs. I've given it to them. I've not spoken since they have taken office. I've left them to speak and to drink wine and to celebrate every single week. They just celebrate just for living and being secretaries. You have nothing to celebrate for, you know.
Would you say this is a hijack of your party?
Well, I would say this is mutiny. I don't think they have hijacked the party because the party is embodied in Wassim Solomon Jew. Hence the name Spartans come about. They are not Spartans, they are jellyfish.
So why do you call it a mutiny, sir?
Well, you look up the word mutiny and you will understand what mutiny means.
But I need it in your context. What do you mean?
I said mutiny, I will not define it any further than that. What is going to happen from now on is a taking off of the mask. Because beyond this charade of grasping power, there lies serious issue for Tobagonians to consider. One is whether or not the PDP, who have won the elections against the PLM, whether the PDP mandate is real, whether or not people before politics is taking place, or politics before people is taking place. I'm quite concerned of the fact that you have placed upon the shoulders of your executive more responsibility when they have not fulfilled that which they were given. I ask myself, who is the performing secretary among them? Which one is really fulfilling the mandate? How much has healthcare improved? How much has housing improved? How much has community development improved? How much has infrastructure improved? And we have not seen anything different. We have voted on the principle of fixing this, fixing the issues. One would have thought that if the chief secretary wants to fix an issue, he would have said, let's go.
Mr. During your previous statement, you made a point. You said you're not surprised you knew Mr. Augustine. Could you elaborate on that statement? Because you would have selected him to be the chief secretary, but now you state that you're not surprised, you expected such. Could you elaborate on that statement?
Well, let me see. That's for a different day. I have an entire day for that, and you will be invited. This thing is far from over. This is just the tip of the iceberg. As you know, warring is one thing I do, and winning victory is the next thing I will do. But this time, it's not a house divided against itself. This is where a house within a house has separated themselves.
Would you say that you have resigned because there is now a legal challenge? Tell us about that.
And you're correct, it's a legal challenge, so therefore let the legality of those matters take its course. There's a law, and there's the application of the law. So let's see how that will go before a judge. But for now, I will say there is a house, and there's a house within a house. And so what you're seeing, the house within its house is pulling away from the main house. But I'm not certain if in history
So how do you feel after?
Let me say this. I'm not certain when I read the Bible that Judas was ever elected. All right? People have a way of treating with Judas. Remember, Judas sold Christ out for personal gains. All right? And when that failed, he took the money because the money became something too hot to handle, too cold to hold. And he brought it back and he tried to give them back the money to undo what he had done. But it couldn't be undone. And so he went out and committed suicide. I would want to say what Farley Chavez Augustine has done today is to commit suicide. Because there's no way in Tobago's space, that anybody is going to vote for him in any election. He cannot win his electoral district anymore, and none of his colleagues could win anything again. Because what they have betrayed is innocent blood. A man who stood, and as his customary practices, he stood on behalf of people asking for bread. You could ask anybody about what's in whether it's the airport, whether it is in the bank, whether anywhere. If I feel an injustice is being done, I raise my voice. I spoke to Fala, I said, look, these people up here, he began to give it a long, dong. What he should have said is that that's politically doesn't settle this. Even if it had been done, his action the next day says a lot about the content of his character. What he should have said is, this is a political situation, my political leader and I will treat this matter and we'll solve it, we'll fix it. But he said no, he went out in the public thinking he's strong, sharing blows. I'll discipline him, I'll take back his portfolio. He says about the measure of the man. And now that 9 months have passed, you know what 9 months is for a woman, right? The thing has now been built here. It's still young. But people will see what ugly child this thing will grow up to become. And they will blame the father of it. Funny enough, Father Chavez Augustine. They will see what ugly child he have created. And I hope he can take the public down.
Mr. Duke, are you a party to the legal action that was threatened by Mr. Ramlugan yesterday?
I don't think my name is on any document, and I have not
formally
launched that. Right, so I'm not party of as I'm aware.
And is Mr. Ramlugan the same lawyer that you
My friend, these legal questions you're asking.
It's not a legal question.
Well, you're asking about the matter.
You did say
Those
in your
matters.
presentation, Mr. Duke, that Mr. Ramlugan, that your lawyer was not paid. I'm asking you if Mr. Ramlugan is the same lawyer.
I'm not certain about this matter here. An independent person would have filed their stuff. If you want to ask me about the payment of Mr. Ramlugan on my matter, you have just said I've answered that question. I want to keep my matter clear and clean. I will not mix this with that. That is that, this is this.
Mr. Duke, how do you feel after today's proceedings? Were you expected to be renominated?
No, I feel vindicated. It's 9 months. A lot of things are giving birth. What is giving birth is quite ugly in the Tobago space. And it's funny that after the birth process has taken place, Tobagoans are now experiencing morning sickness. But this will eventually grow up, and they will see the ugly creature created by Mr. Augustine, who had everything. He has lost nothing whatsoever, but he wants more. He wants more. He wants more. Greed is a terrible thing.
Would you say that he has no political future after this?
Well, I've never seen a person who betrayed innocent blood have future. I'm innocent blood. All you ask for is food for people, not for myself, for the people. And this results in all of this charade and nonsense. That's never happened. In Tobago, there is no space for Judases. And if you want to see what Judas looks like, then you should have looked at your assembly this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, lovely.